want to personally apologize to every organization, every group, and every person who's been impacted by this. And we understand the gravity of the situation.
The CEO of tech company CrowdStrike there issuing a public apology for the historic cyber outage. Banks, businesses, airports, and emergency response systems completely shut down. CrowdStrike says the issue happened when it deployed a faulty update to computers running Microsoft Windows. And right now at 5, those outages persist. We thank you for joining us on your Friday evening. I'm Shay McAllister. Here's what we know about all of this tonight. First responders, hospitals, and payment systems are dependent on this technology. Travel was hit the hardest, with big 3 airlines, American, United, and Delta, forced to ground their flights.
Well, I'm glad I'm not in a hurry, but there's nothing we can do. It sounds like it's affecting the whole world. So all my colleagues that are going to the same conference I am are going to have the same issue. I picked the wrong week to be checking a bag.
CrowdStrike says they do not believe this was a cyber attack, and they have since deployed a fix. And for many airlines, they have been able to resume operations as normal, but the ripple effects of those early morning delays and cancellations are still spilling out. You can see so many of them right here. Cancellations coming from Atlanta's airport, and they're a hub for Delta Airlines. 20% of their whole fleet was canceled today. Of course, Delta is a big airline for Louisville. And that's exactly where we find Jose Alonso and photojournalist Jessica Farley. So, Jose, we know you've been talking with travelers since this morning. Has anything improved there?
Shay, I will say things are starting to look to take a turn for the better. Things are starting to flow smoother out here, and it's more of a calm environment, to be honest. Now, what we were able to find out from the airport is that up to 15 flights were canceled in total. 7 were supposed to be departures. 8 are supposed to be arrivals. Now, we were also just talking to several travelers out here, many of which were coming from a graduation at Fort Knox. And we were able to see that they had multiple bags with us here. They have multiple bags stacked up here as they were trying to figure out what exactly was going on. I was told up to 300 cadets were scheduled to board many flights this morning, but they had to be delayed to later this evening. So some of them should be boarding them probably around now, or they were moved over to the next day.
Oh, it's chaotic for sure. I mean, there's people like waiting around, people with their bags. I mean, there's a couple people around here sleeping. I feel bad for the people who didn't have family come and didn't take them to the airport. Now they're kind of just stuck here.
Although it feels a bit crowded in here, well, it used to feel a little bit crowded in here, the traffic was still pretty fluid. We noticed travelers could still be seen picking up their belongings at baggage claim or even walking right through TSA. Like I said, things are starting to flow a lot more here. And one thing that we did see, the airport did just give another update via X here, saying that all operations are back to normal here after the global technology issues, and that the system operations for all the airlines have resumed. But they also want to let travelers know if you're traveling this weekend, just to keep an eye on your flight status, especially after what everyone had to endure today. Reporting live at the Muhammad Ali International Airport, Jose Alonso, WHAS11 on your side.
Jose, thanks for the update there. Well, hospitals in Louisville have also been affected today. Baptist Health Louisville said the disruptions is impacting its ability to sustain normal operations. Some procedures had to be canceled while the system works to resolve the issue. And at U of L Health, all patient care continues on schedule, including access to emergency care, trauma, and surgeries. And Norton Clark Hospital in Jeffersonville says it is fully functional. The ER is accepting walk-in patients. Norton Healthcare told us a limited number of non-emergent morning procedures did have to be rescheduled. Just days from now, Jefferson County Public School bus drivers will begin practicing their new routes. The district has committed to major changes this year after the bus system meltdown last year, which canceled school for several days. Focus reporter Travis Breeze tells us why the Bus Drivers Union feels so confident this year.
Last year, JCPS used an out-of-state routing company and was trying to transport thousands of more students. That led to some pretty crazy route designs, like this one, which covered about half of the county, going all the way from Fairdale up to the Newburgh neighborhood. Now, a ton of changes have been made for this school year, and the district says we will not be having these routes that crisscross the whole county, which is going to lead to a lot more happy families and bus drivers.
This is where the routes is going to be on.
When Nichelle Harvell says something, the bus drivers are with her.
They were just calling me.
She's been an over-route driver for 18 years who oversees the routes and drives backup. She's also the service agent for Teamsters Local 783. This year, she says,
It'll be much better not to do this route than to do the ones that we're doing now.
the drivers are feeling more comfortable because of new technology, more time to practice, and because almost all routes will be mirrored this year, meaning they see the same kids in the morning and afternoon.
Some of them want to hug you. Some of them want to tell you their life history. So a lot of drivers, they love their same kids. They love their routes.
The district made a big decision to free up more drivers by cutting busing to most magnet and traditional schools. Officials will try to restore some of those routes during the year if possible.
My heart goes out to the magnet and traditional schools, but we had to do something.
There's a federal lawsuit trying to stop the new transit plan, saying it's a violation of students' civil rights. If the parents win that suit, they will have to revert to last year's routes. A near impossible task, according to the union president. Do you have a plan on how you're going to do that?
It would be catastrophic. Everything and all the preparation that we've went in to make a seamless first day of school would be totally upended.
The drivers will begin practicing the new routes on Monday.
So they'll learn them for the first day of school.
They have a plan in front of them, and Harvell says they'll execute it.
I think everything's going to be fine. I think it's going to be a good year this year.
In Louisville, Travis Breeze, WHAS11 on your side.
JCPS leaders told us earlier this month the website for parents to view their kids' bus stops would be up on Monday. Well, just hours ago, a spokesperson said they can't commit to Monday anymore. They are hoping it is sometime next week. We'll keep asking. Once we do get a final answer on that date, we'll let you know. In the meantime, JCPS parents have the rest of this weekend to update addresses if your student is a bus rider. To ensure your child has a bus stop, you want to make sure that you've called the school or filled out the form online. The deadline is Monday. If you miss the deadline and your child needs a bus stop, JCPS says they will still be able to get one, but it'll be after school starts, and it could take a couple of weeks. Taking a live look outside right now at a gorgeous Friday afternoon in July, Christina. It doesn't get much better than this.
And what a way to end the work week. I know, just really hard to find something to complain about. Temperatures are below average for mid-July. The humidity is also on the incredibly low side of things, making it feel just all around pleasant as you're stepping out the door. We just now made it to 84 degrees. That's a good handful of degrees, literally 5 degrees below our average high for mid-July, and really all across Kentucky. And you're feeling the pleasant air out there. It's 83 right now around Bowman Field and Fort Knox, and there in Bardstown, lower 80s as well in Jasper. And next couple of hours, really just more of the same. It's a fantastic evening to get out and about no matter what you're doing. Temperatures are just going to be falling down to about 76 degrees by 10 o'clock this evening, and eventually going to be bottoming out in the mid-60s. A pleasant start to your Saturday, and really we're going to have an awesome Saturday afternoon as well. Temperature is going to be a little bit warmer than what we've experienced the last 2 days, and a little bit closer to those July normals, as we're going to be reaching for 90 degrees, not quite making it there, but ending up at just about 88 degrees and staying dry for our Saturday. But we do have a slight chance of some pop-up showers and storms for our Sunday that I'll walk you through on Futurecast here in just a bit. Shay.
All right, thank you so much, Christina. And we are following some breaking news right now. We have just received word that Churchill Downs has rescinded Bob Baffert's suspension. The company released a statement saying, in part, Mr. Baffert is welcome to return to any of CDI's racetracks, including our flagship, Churchill Downs. He was suspended in June of 2021. It was expected to end this December. Baffert released a statement reading in part, I accept responsibility for Medina Spirit's positive test in the 2021 Kentucky Derby. I am responsible for any substance found in the horses that I train, and I have paid a very steep price with a 3-year suspension and the disqualification of Medina Spirit's performance. More news right here at 5 o'clock. The man accused of shooting at then mayoral candidate Craig Greenberg has pleaded guilty to his federal charges. Quintez Brown is accused of walking into Greenberg's campaign office on Valentine's Day 2022 and firing shots at Greenberg and his staffers. In federal court, Brown is charged with interfering with an election and using a weapon in a criminal act. Today, he was back before a judge. Isaiah Kim Martinez and senior photojournalist Alyssa Newton have the latest on that new agreement and the sentence he now faces.
The once promising Metro Council candidate and Louisville activist Quintez Brown now faces 15 to 18 years in prison after pleading guilty to shooting at then mayoral candidate Craig Greenberg at his campaign office 2 years ago. In federal court Friday, the judge detailed terms of Brown's plea agreement, asking directly if he specifically targeted Greenberg because of his campaign. The 23-year-old defendant didn't hesitate, answering, "Yes, sir." Quintez Brown appeared in very good spirits. He was smiling, seemed alert, attentive to what his attorneys were telling him. Meanwhile, though, his family in the courtroom, they were emotional, at times wiping away tears. And just as Quintez Brown was walked out of court, his dad telling him he loved him. The glaring difference in Brown's appearance was notable, a far cry from his expressions in these mugshots taken many months ago. Last year, a psychiatric exam revealed no evidence questioning Brown's competency to stand trial. And notably, in court Friday, when a judge asked if Brown had a mental illness affecting his ability to understand the situation fully, he answered, "Nothing that would affect my judgment or rationale." Prosecutors said the victims in this case, including Greenberg, were briefed about the plea agreement. Earlier in the week, when addressing the attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump, the mayor reflected on Valentine's Day 2022, when a bullet grazed his sweater.
The memories and feelings of surviving an assassination attempt during a political campaign are still very fresh for me. A life-changing event like this can make us better, or it can make us bitter. I choose for it personally to make me better.
Greenberg releasing a statement after the guilty plea, telling us in part, quote, "I respect our legal system and accept this result. I'm relieved the other victims and our family won't have to relive that horrific experience during a trial. Violence has no place in our political world."
Brown still faces state charges of attempted murder and wanton endangerment. His attorney says the state has agreed any additional penalties would run concurrent with his federal sentence. That means Brown won't serve any additional time on top of those 15 to 18 years. The judge does still have to approve this plea agreement. The sentencing date is set for October the 21st. And today, crews broke ground on a new state-of-the-art aquatic center in Shepherdsville. The new facility will sit on Joe B. Hall Avenue. It's expected to enhance recreational and fitness opportunities for people of all ages. Officials here tell us the aquatic center is more than just a pool. It's a commitment to fostering health, wellness, and community spirit. The mayor of Shepherdsville said the community's just as excited as he is.
This is a wonderful day for Shepherdsville. Okay? There are a lot of things going to happen over the next 3 years. When I say transformation, that's probably an understatement. Not just what's happening here, but all of the other developments we actually have in our community.
The new aquatic center is expected to open up in 2 years.